to English Language 2.0 with Israr Ahmed. Today we have class number 6 of English Language 2.0. We have today's session on the verb and its kinds in detail. I have divided the lecture into 5 parts. What is a verb? Transitive and intransitive verb, regular verb and irregular verb, auxiliary verb, ordinary verb, modal verb. Forms of verb: present, past participle and present participle forms of verb and their uses. Now we just take a start from the word verb. What is a verb? Verb is an action word. It shows what action is done in a sentence. The action can be a physical action. He plays cricket. The action can be a mental action, like imagination, thinking. Further, verb is like a car engine. The car won't start without engine. A sentence gives meaning only if it has a verb. Now we just come to a bit detail of the very word verb. Verbs, in fact, verb plays the part of an engine just like in a car. A car totally depends upon its engine for its power, and if you remove the engine, the car won't start driving. Now, just like the car engine, verb in a sentence gives total meaning. You can say 80% of the sentence meaning is conveyed by a verb. So, it is totally responsible for conveying the meaning in a sentence. So, verb is the most important part of a sentence. We take some example in order to clarify the verb. Now, eat is a verb. For example, he eats chocolate. Now, it's very clear that somebody is eating chocolate. But if you remove the verb eats, he chocolate, it won't give any meaning. So, eat is a verb. Now, we take the second example of the verb play. She plays piano. Here, play is a verb, and if you remove play, she piano, this won't convey any meaning and it won't be called a sentence. A sentence is only a sentence if it conveys a meaning, and the total meaning of a sentence is conveyed by its verb. So, plays here is a verb. She plays piano. It's very clear meaning. Now, we come to the third example of the very word verb. Think is a verb. We use it like this. You think positive. So here again, think is a verb. And if we remove the word think, it won't convey any meaning. Like we say, you positive. So you positive what? It doesn't convey any meaning. So it's important we add a verb here in order to get the meaning. You think positive. Now we come to the fourth example of the verb laugh. Laugh is a verb, and we make a sentence like this. We laugh at a comedy. We laugh at a drama. We laugh. Now, again, we are here while starting from the kinds of verb. Basically, we have two kinds of verbs, transitive verb and intransitive verb. What is transitive verb? The transitive verb requires an object in a sentence to complete an action or to produce a meaning. It means that transitive verb in a sentence is dependent upon an object. Object is necessary to clarify the meaning. Now let's take the example. We have taken 4 transitive verbs and we're going to clarify the same. Now, give. Give is a transitive verb, right? Here is a sentence. He gives, and it is without an object, right? So he gives. He gives what? It doesn't convey any sense. But if we add an object with that, like lecture, gesture, or reply, it would give a meaning like this. He gives a lecture. He gives a gesture. He gives a reply. So here, the transitive verb gives need an object to complete its meaning. Now we come to the second example, earn. Earn is again a transitive verb and object is required to uh, clarify its meaning. Like we have the man earns. It doesn't have any object. The man earns what? Now here we have no object, but we have to add the object in order to clarify the meaning. The man earns money. The man earns good name. The man earns reputation or repute. Now we come to the third example. Bring. The people shall bring what? Here we don't have any object, but we have add in order to clarify the meaning. The people shall bring documents, or the people shall bring visas, right? So here we have to add the object. The fourth example, uh, you examine. Here object is lacking. So you examine what? Don't clarify any meaning, and we add an object. You examine a patient, you examine a proposal, you examine a book. So here from this, for example, it's clear that a transitive verb requires an object in order to clarify its meaning. Without an object, a transitive verb doesn't give any meaning. Now we come to the intransitive verb. Unlike the transitive verb, intransitive verb doesn't require an object. It simply means when we use intransitive verb in a sentence, we don't need object to clarify its meaning, right? So this word is independent with complete meaning. And secondly, no passive voice. Like with intransitive verb, you can't make any passive voice because for passive voice, object is required. We take some example in order to clarify the intransitive verb. Now here, clap. He claps. The meaning is clear. And we further uh, clarify the sentence while adding some phrases with the sentence. He claps with the kids. But remember, with the kids, this phrase is not an object because you cannot make a sentence with the kids. Like he claps with the kids. Like how would you make a sentence with this intransitive verb? Now, again, another intransitive verb, the meeting shall be scheduled. So here schedule is a verb and we don't have any object at the end. So here again schedule conveys a total meaning. But remember, whenever we make a passive voice, object is required in a sentence to make the passive construction. Since intransitive verb doesn't have any object to clarify its meaning, so intransitive verb failed to construct any passive construction. We come to the second types of the kinds of verb, regular and irregular verb. Regular verb. Regular verb. When we talk about the regular verb, we meant to say that those verbs, the second and third form of which is made by adding d or ed. A regular verb follow set pattern of rules for second and third form. Examples: decide. Now making its second and third form, decided, decided. Arrive, present form. Arrived, past form. Arrived, past participle. Now shift, shifted, addition ed, shifted, addition of ed. Now work, worked, worked. Such verbs which the forms, the second and the third form of which are made by adding dred or t, such verbs are called regular verbs. Now come to the irregular verbs. Irregular verbs don't follow any rules for past and past participle. Sometimes three forms of verbs are same, like for example, cut, cut, cut. First, second, and third form are the same. Shut, shut, shut. And sometimes three forms of verbs are different, like give, gave, given, awake, awoke, awaken. So these are irregular verbs. We don't have any regular pattern for making the second. We come to the third category of the forms of verb on the basis of the time and tense. We start from the four forms of the verb: the present form, the past form, the past participle form, and the present participle form. Now we learn how they are different from one another. The present form, this form of verb is used in simple present, simple past, and simple future. Like the present: go, arrive, act, watch, cut, awake, eat. We take example. He goes, he did not go, he shall go. Now, in the simple present, simple past, and simple future, we use make of the present form of the verb. Now we come to the past form of the verb. What is this? This form of verb is used in simple past tense, like he went, they arrived, they acted, you watched a movie, he cut the tree, they awoke, and they ate fruits. Now we come to the third category, the past participle. What is that? Past participle. This form of verb is used in perfect tenses and passive construction. Two things about the past participle. We use it in perfect tenses, and secondly, we use it in passive construction, the past participle form. For example, the present perfect, he has gone. The past perfect, he had gone. The future perfect, he shall have gone. Now, these three perfect tenses uses past participle form of the verb, which we call third form of the verb. Now, the present participle forms. What is that? This form of verbs is used in continuous tenses and progressive future. Present participle, it's used in the continuous tenses, present continuous, past continuous, and future continuous tense. Now we have another classification of the verbs on the basis of the functions it performs. Auxiliary verbs, ordinary verbs, the modal auxiliary. Now, what is auxiliary verbs? These convey the tense and the time. Like how it convey the tense and the time? We have a sentence like, he is here, right? It shows the present. He was here, it shows the past time. He shall be here, it shows the future time. So, auxiliaries basically convey the tense or the time. Ordinary verbs. We have already discussed the ordinary verbs with three forms of the verbs. These verbs convey the meaning. And we have the example, eat, go, read, write, listen. Modal verbs. These are actually not a verb, but we call it modal auxiliaries, modal auxiliary verbs. These helping verbs are used to convey soft request, possibility, and suggestions. We take some examples, like to say can. Can I have your pen? Could you please give me your pouch? May I come in? He might have gone. He shall be here. You should go to the doctor. Would you like to give me your copy? So these modal auxiliaries are mainly used to convey the possibility, the request, the suggestions, and some recommendations. We will be having a separate class on the modal auxiliaries. Now, with this, all that, we have concluded our today's session. I'll see you for the next 7th class. Thank you.